Hello, no tripod again today, sorry. I wanted to share a story about, technically I guess it's about EFT, but to me it's really just about feeling it real, which is also a Neville Goddard process and really a law of attraction process too. But it's kind of a cool story. So I got this job a long time ago. This is probably about 7 years ago now. And it was pretty amazing the way I got the job too. And the fact that that job even existed at that time was pretty amazing. That's a different manifestation story. But so this job was working for a girl who had an eBay company selling clothes. And it was really fun. I just got to play with really beautiful clothes and bags and shoes. And all I had to do was write copy and just describe everything and the measurements and everything. So it was really fun. But I was, let's call her Susan. I don't know, just in case she ever hears this, even though we're really good friends now. But so I was her first employee. And as such, she was super, super, super micromanaging, to the point where I would come home really stressed out with like a tight chest and shortness of breath. And it was really hard. But I actually really liked the job otherwise, and so I didn't want to just leave. And I had started studying EFT, which is basically tapping the energy meridians to release beliefs or memories or feelings. And it's really powerful, and it's really a wonderful process. But so I decided to institute it one particular night. So I came home, and I was in the shower. And I mention that because sometimes people say that water is just really a crystalline energy and it amplifies whatever it is that you're feeling or thinking. So anyway, so I was in the shower and I decided to do this EFT process. And so what I did was I first, in my feelings, connected with her energy and asked if it would be okay if I tapped on her behalf. And I felt like I got a yes, so I proceeded. And so the next thing I did was I put myself in her energetic position. So I said, I am Susan. I'm tapping as Susan now. So I tried to feel everything that I thought she might be feeling. And the phrases that I used on her behalf were, if I don't do it myself, it doesn't get done right. Nobody's going to care about the job the way I do. I have to control everything or it's not going to be done well. And I can't trust anybody to do the job that I would do, and things of that nature. And I went through and tapped, releasing that energy from my body as her. And so after I did that for a while and I felt complete with that process, I started adding beliefs and emotions to replace those. And I was really careful to not make it about me. So I wasn't, tapping and saying, oh, I think Vanessa is my favorite employee in the world. It wasn't about that. It was about releasing any kind of negative energy. So the phrases that I used to replace those other phrases were things like, when I let go and trust, I win. And it's a beautiful feeling to know that the universe takes care of me and that I can let go. And what a relief it is to let go and trust and see that my employees care about the job. And what a beautiful thing it is to know that I don't have to do everything myself. And I would really feel those feelings as her. I would feel those feelings of relief and inner peace and just really, more than anything, a huge amount of relief that comes from letting go, because when you're micromanaging, you're in a place of not trusting and not flowing, and it's kind of a really lonely place to be. So anyway, so once I was done with that, I just closed out the whole process and disconnected from her energy field and let it go. And so the next morning I went to work, and as soon as I get there, I knock on the door. She whips open the door and pulls me inside and throws me back against the door. And she's like, oh my God, Vanessa. She had the most amazing epiphany last night. I'm not going to tell you what to do anymore. I'm just going to let you do your thing. You know how to do the job. I'm just going to let go and let you do the work. And she was so excited about it. And I just had that feeling again of like, this is such an intensely magical, otherworldly moment when you feel so connected to somebody and it just manifests so quickly. And it was such a happy moment for me. I remember just feeling that life is so beautiful that you can connect with another person like that and help, for the both of you, release these patterns that we get stuck in. And so that was really powerful. It was a really instant manifestation. And even though it's specifically EFT, I think of it, just as much as, like, say, a Neville Goddard process of living in the end result that you wish to live in and feeling those feelings as if they were real. And I felt those feelings of relief on her behalf as if they were real. And the next morning they were real. And we subsequently became extremely good friends. I love her so much. She's one of my best friends. And so it's a really beautiful process. I've heard people use EFT on everything. I used to get the newsletters, and people would write in from all over the world, whether it was people in professions like, psychology and things like that, or doctors, nurses, or if it was just regular lay people like us. And they would use it on absolutely everything, whether it was a physical ailment, like I said, a memory or a belief, anything. So it's a really powerful process to look into, but I think also you could just do the Neville Goddard process of living in the end, creating the end result in your feeling state, and just coming up with a little scenario that represents that has already been accomplished. So I hope you enjoyed the story.